Merhaba, good afternoon. This is Cappadocia. Look at that. The incredible, surreal landscapes of fairy chimneys. These rock spires sticking up out of the ground. Carved out by humans for thousands of years. You can see the caves down there that are currently being lived in. Probably a hotel down there, I'm guessing. And if you look closely, you can see all of the little windows. And so there are, rooms inside there. This is the town of Gabriel, the central town here in Cappadocia. A great place to stay with all of the usual tourist amenities, lots of hotels and restaurants. And as you saw there, then my super cheap $16 a night room there with the bathroom outside the room. But it is about a kilometer or so walk outside of the town there, or drive as the case may be. I have the rental car here. I just arrived a couple of days ago and am very excited to be back in Cappadocia for the third time. So today I'm going to visit the Soganli Valley, which I visited the first time that I was in Cappadocia back in 2009. But I'm curious to revisit it. I remember that it was a cold, cloudy December day, and there were some more things to see around there than I saw the last time. But there are some amazing monastery churches carved out and painted very elaborately by monks, and some hiking and lots more of the fairy chimneys and stuff. It is like a hour's drive away. So going to hop in the Renault Clio there and get cruising. See more of incredible Cappadocia. And look at that. That is Uchisar. You can see a cave city carved into those hills there, and then the modern town. I did a tour of it when I was here the last time a year ago, so I won't be going there again today, but absolutely worth a visit. And pardon the dirty windshield. Need to get this cleaned. Look at those, man. Hey guys. So this is Uchisar again. I thought that I would get another shot. You can drive up there and then go inside the cave city and get right inside the caves, which you can also do all over Cappadocia. Find ones that are not controlled or anything and just explore around on your own. But some of them are pay sites, as is the case with Uchisar here, but it is worth it. Look at like plants in the window there. And this is a big one here that looks like it's an office. You can see actual windows with a window frame and glass there, and then there's a door. Pretty cool. So this is not the Soganli Valley that I'm trying to get to. This is just some place that I saw from up there, where that cave was, on the side of the road. And it is just phenomenal. All of these ancient caves, carved who knows how many centuries ago. And then this just classic kind of funky village. I think it is called Bashkoi. There was a sign right down there saying 1 kilometer this way, and so it just kind of goes along this hillside, and it's hard to tell what's lived in here. This is in bad shape. The windows are just all bashed out, and so you have a couple of different layers of history here. These stone buildings being 100 years old, couple hundred years old, and the caves being many, many centuries old, maybe even millennia. And look at that. Let's look inside here. Just crazy how much there is to see in this incredible region of Cappadocia that you can just explore like I'm doing here. Just drive off the road and take a look. Whoa. You know, that is some expertise there to make an arch like that. I wonder if you can get pizza delivery here. Number 25, Bashkoi. And this is a very different style of architecture. All right, let's look at the old caves. And this one is down under the ground. And so I'm assuming that when these were built, then some of them had like wooden structures sticking out, and so it would be like partway in the cave, and then, you know, some wooden buildings sticking off of here, and then probably stairs going up, something like that. Just kind of a guess, but seems like it makes sense. In some places then you see the holes, like square holes in the cliff. And look at this. Phenomenal. Big, high ceiling cave. Crap. And like, how many tourists have even been in here? Obviously, farm animals have. Stove, maybe? You can see these scratch marks. And it's very different markings here from over there as far as like what was used to dig it out for some reason. Just crazy to think of how much time it took to dig these things out. It's a lot of labor. But then they last a long time. And look at that deep hole. Wonder if that was a cistern or something else. And so as you saw from the road there, then this cave system just goes along this cliff for a long ways that way. And so this was like a full-on city. Probably there were also buildings down here that did not survive the eons of time. See way up there. and modern day sort of Bashkoi. And here you can see more of the caves up on that cliff there. And again up there. Not Soganli. Soganli. 4 kilometers. And there it says Soganli Orenye, something like that. And so I think that I have to drive out that way. My Google Maps is not working out here, no reception. Here you can see Derinkuyu, that is the underground city that I made a tour of when I was here a year ago. And Urgup, Yesohisar, Sultan Sazligi. Anyway, pretty sure down this way. Some little town along the way. Maybe this is actually Soganli town. And then what I'm looking for should be a little ways down the road. As for the windshield, then I stopped at 2 gas stations along the way and neither of them had cleaning stuff for the windshield. I guess it's not really a thing in Turkey at gas stations. Check that out, just fairy chimney cave homes all over the place. And that Derinkuyu that I mentioned is an underground city that could house 50,000 people and 12 levels deep of a cave system. And then you can go down inside and let's see, here we go. Oh, the Church of Balik. So now I'm not sure if that is the thing that I'm looking for. I think I'll keep on going this way. And so you can go tour these cave cities. There are a bunch of them all over Cappadocia. And go down in the caves. They're completely underground, completely dark except for electric lighting. And there are like churches and rooms and tunnels and ventilation shafts. And just incredible to think of people living completely underground by the thousands. Look at that, just the most bizarre stuff. The church with buckle. Okay, I saw some stairs there. Let's investigate. This is vaguely familiar from when I was here the last time in 2009. These stairs going up to this church. I think it's pretty cool. Merhaba. This is awesome. Kalisi. That means church. Good, huh? No Turkish. United States. America. Nice to meet you. And so this is not the main church that I'm trying to get to. It is more elaborately painted. Oh, but here's some nice, more colorful frescoes. And must be tombs here. And so here you can see how probably there would have been, something covering this. Wood, straw. Bedroom. Kitchen. Fireplace. Shelving. Storage. Another fire. Epic. So I had to pay 10 lira there. And then I guess there are two churches here. One is a kilometer to the right, one is a kilometer to the left. That says 3 kilometers. Anyway, find out here very soon. This is the church right here. This is not the main church that I remember. Must be the other one. Karbash Church, located in Soganli, was built in the 6th century, 500 or so AD. The church carries the characteristics of Roman period. The church and its walls were rebuilt in 11th century and 13th century. Firstly, it was decorated with simple stripes and patterns. It has frescoes, which were made with earth color in 11th century. After discovering oil colors, which were used instead of earth colors. So later there were more colorful paintings. This church's inner walls were decorated with the Christ's birth, his baptism, his religion struggle, his crucifying, Byzantine and Turkish Seljukian patterns. Now unfortunately, it's very dark in here. But you can kind of get the idea. And the altar. Okay, I think what I gotta do is come back here in a minute with my Sony camera and my cell phone for a flashlight. All right, that's better. And so it sounds like this is Byzantine era, being a church and 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th centuries around then. And so that basically means Greek. I've mentioned this in previous videos. The Byzantine Empire, capital of Constantinople, now Istanbul, which was all throughout the region of Anatolia, or present-day Turkey. It was kind of a mix of Greek and Latin, or Roman cultures and languages, with Greek as the primary language for the most part. And Christian, of course. And then the Ottomans arrived, and ultimately Constantinople fell in 1453, and that was the end of the Byzantine Empire. It would exist no more. And then the Greeks fled and retreated into what eventually became modern-day Greece. Look at this little tiny tunnel. Much more rudimentary paintings, maybe earlier, across. Modern day graffiti, 1901. I wonder if that is from 1901. And then here you have Greek. Epsilon. And here is, I guess, the main living area. Interesting carving there. It's not a cross. Looks kind of like an altar, maybe. Maybe smoke holes there. Bedroom. The master bedroom. Probably a whole family lived in here. And again, all along that cliff, more human-built caves. And so right down the road is the end of the road and a restaurant and 2 more churches, actually 3 more, the Dome Church, the Hidden Church, the Church with Snakes, and I don't remember any of these, so none of these are the ones that I was trying to get to, the ultimate one that I remember because I made a video of it when I was here the last time, and so here's that video of the church that I'll be going to next after here. But, here we go. In another region of Cappadocia called the Soganli Valley, and I'm here in front of a very small little church that was carved out of a rock in Byzantine times, which was 5th and 6th century. Actually, the actual cave dwelling may have been carved out earlier than that, and then it was taken over by Byzantine Christians and painted all inside. So I'll show what that looks like. It's kind of dark, but there's our rental car. The Church with Snakes. The Church of St. George. It was re-illustrated in the 14th century. So it was painted again later, like probably much later after it was actually built. Church's walls were decorated with Christ and his saints' pictures and spears, soldiers who are at war. The attacks of St. Jean on horseback to snake and wolves was described, and 12 apostles. And so I guess that is why it is called the Church with Snakes. But it isn't nearly as impressive on the inside as the other one. However, what's outside is quite incredible. And so look at this. Pretty awesome, like cave apartment complex. A big old room here, and totally blackened. So, this seems like it was the dining hall. Like these were probably seats. You sit over there, and then that is the table. And then maybe this dugout is part of the kitchen somehow, the oven or something. And then some stairs here up to a little alcove. Could be wrong, of course, but definitely kind of seems like it, especially with all this blackened soot. Then obviously many fires were made inside there. This one also blackened, and what's going on here? Like a little tunnel. Holy crap. Oh my gosh. Look at this. And then it opens up. Spectacular. And again, that looks like a table. Wow, imagine the gatherings of people in this place. Some kind of like secret cult rituals, and that's why they have this little tunnel, or just somebody wanted a private bedroom. I definitely didn't make it to this one the last time. I would remember this. And again, up there, lots more little caves. I think that must be the domed church. You can see it's carved straight out of the rock. Yep, the domed church. It is the most interesting church in Cappadocia. And I didn't come to these churches when I was here 11 years ago. I think that we just didn't know about this road. The dome was built on the 4 pillars. On the dome there is Christ's sanctify ceremony and his baptism symbolized on the church walls. It had taken its last form in the 14th century. Supported by the 4 columns, it said. Looks like some were destroyed. And then this other one is the hidden church. And so I was wondering why it's called the hidden church when it's clearly visible. I guess this is why. If that was part of the church, it looks like those are like sort of columns in the walls. And I see there's, oh, okay. Might be able to get down there into that room. I saw a little tunnel. Oh, well, no. Okay, maybe, unless, let's see if there's something around the corner. An entrance in. Yes, there we go. Oh, wow. And there we go. That is why it is the hidden church. A little spooky back in here. And so this is not as familiar as I was expecting. I don't remember the road ending like this. But I'm guessing that this must be the church in the old video that I showed from 11 years ago. Let's go find out. Tatali Kalisi. That sounds familiar. I guess I started the other video from right there. The Church of Santa Barbara. This church was thought to be built in 5th or 6th century, so this is one of the old ones. Afterward was decorated with Christ's baptism, apostles, saints, protector angels, and the strangle of Saint John on horseback to monster, some sort of a conflict between a saint and a monster. Compositions, portraits, Byzantine and Seljukian or Turkish patterns.